What's up, guys? Alright, so today I'm going to be teaching you again about the reflexive commands. Now I already taught you this in the past, but I didn't go full in depth into it. I just taught you a little bit and kind of just left you on a cliffhanger there. But today I'm going to be teaching you about the full thing because there's some stuff that I forgot to add. So I'd say without further ado, let's just get right on into it. Alright, so first I'm going to show you a video explaining it, then after I'm going to give you guys some examples. So pay attention to the video first, then after the video is over, we'll go to the examples that I'm going to give you.
Basically, when you have a reflexive verb, you'll recognize it by the infinitive will have a se at the end.
Let me just scroll
You'll
back.
recognize it by the infinitive will have.
Okay, so if you want to know if a verb is reflexive or not, it will have a se at the end. So, despertarse, levantarse, bañarse, ponerse, irse. So whenever you see a se at the end, just know it's reflexive.
A se at the end. So remember that for AR verbs, the command, it ends with an A. And then you can't.
Okay. Entrenarse. Oh my gosh. Entrenarse. There we go. Entrena, because it is an AR verb, so it ends in an A.
Disregard the se. So you stick the te at the end.
So instead of adding a se, you would add a te, because the action is coming back to you. You're the one who... The action is coming back to you.
Of the verb. And just like before, you have to divide it up into syllables to know how to pronounce it and where the accent goes.
So what she means by that is that a vowel is a syllable. So you're going to put the accent mark on the third syllable. So count with me. E, E, A, E. You're going to put the accent mark right there. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to the left. You're counting 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. And the accent goes right there.
Would be en, tre, na, te.
And look, you only place an accent mark on the affirmative commands, not the negative ones, only the positive ones.
So this is the last syllable, la última, second to last, penúltima, and this is the third to last. So this is where the accent goes. So you say, entrénate, and you probably...
So look, entrénate. You see how it kind of put some stress on it a little bit. Entrénate.
Heard other commands such as vente, cállate, levántate, siéntate. Those are all mandatos afirmativos in the tu form. To put this in the negative form, so do not train yourself, we're of course going to have to add no. And then the te, instead of being attached to the positive command, it's going to detach and we put it before the actual verb. So it's going to be no te, entren. The ending is a because it's an AR verb. But remember that for negative commands, it's the opposite letter plus S. So the opposite of a is...
Okay, so let me read this first. E and A are opposite letters in Spanish. So what that means is if you have an AR verb and you're putting it in the negative, the A is going to change to an ES. But if But if you have an ER verb in the negative, that E is going to change to an AS. So remember, it's the opposite. Anyway, what's the difference between positive and negative? Well, the positive is that the reflexive is attached to the end of the verb, and there's an accent marker on the third syllable. The negative, what you do for a negative is you add no first to clarify that it's a negative. Then but instead of attaching de to the end of your verb, you're actually gonna detach it and put it before the verb. And the actual verb itself, you're gonna get rid of the accent mark and you're gonna add es, because E and A are opposite letters. So if you've done it correctly, this is what you should have. No te entrenes.
So it's going to be no te entrenes.
So this is what you should have. Positive, entrénate. Negative, no te entrenes.
El otro ejemplo, the other example we're going to look at is acostarse.
Okay, now we're going to do acostarse, which means to lay down. Now, this one is a stem changer, so pay attention.
And the reason I want to look at this one is because it's a stem changing verb, which means that when you use this word, you have to change the O to a UE.
So the stem changer for this one is a O to UE. So she's going to explain it right now, so pay attention.
You just can't say acosta. You have to say acuesta. So for the affirmative command, it's going to be acuesta because we changed the O to.
All right, look. So for the affirmative, you're not going to say acosta. You're going to say acuesta because like I said, it's a O to a UE stem changer. So you change that O, you change it to a UE, so it becomes acuesta and not acosta.
UE. And then again, you have to add the te at the very.
And to make it a reflexive, you add the te. Same thing with the last one, acuéstate.
Very end, and this is.
Here's a note. Remember that the positive affirmative commands want to stick together, just like wanting to be close to all the positive influences in your life. I just wanted to read that.
Acuéstate.
Let's look at the syllables again. Now this one has 4 syllables. But remember, you only put it on the third one going to the left. So let's count. 1, 2, 3. Bam. There's your syllable. Put an accent mark on it.
For the negative, it's going to be no te acues. And again, it's an AR verb, so the ending is going to be the opposite letter, which is E.
Hold on, let me read this real quick. We want to separate from the negative people in our life. So remember that with the negative commands, the words are separate. They broke up because they were being too negative. Ha ha ha.
Te acues. And again, it's an AR verb, so the ending is going to be the opposite letter, which is E. To.
Okay, so let me explain the difference again before I go to this verb. Acuéstate. In the positive, the reflexive is attached at the end, and there's an accent mark on the third syllable. The negative, we add no to it. We add no first, so we can clarify that it's a negative. And instead of attaching the reflexive to the end, we're going to detach it. So no te. And remember, it's an AR verb, so Remember, E and A are opposite, so ES. So if you've done it correctly, you should have no te acuestes. But anyway, let's move on to despertarse. Despertarse. There we go.
IE. So we don't say desperta. You have to change the E to IE. So it's despierta. And if I'm
Okay, another stem changer. But this one is an E to an IE. But you're probably wondering, Charlie, there's two E's. Well, three if you count se, but there's two. So which one do we change? Well, you change the one that's closest to the ending. So we're not counting se. We're not counting se in this case. So in this case, we're going to change the second E to an IE. So it should be despierta.
going to say
Remember, change the one that's closest to the ending.
wake yourself up, I have to say despierta te. And if I say despiértate, I want you to wake yourself up.
Now let's see. Now let's see it in the reflexive. Despiértate. That's the reflexive. Now where do you put the syllable? This is going to be kind of hard because 1, 2, 3, there's 5 syllables in this. But remember, always the third syllable, always to the left. So count 1, 2, 3. Bam, there's your syllable. Place an accent mark.
If I say despiértalo, then I want you to wake him up. If I say despiértala, then that means wake her up. So despiértate means, hey, wake yourself up. So for the negative, again, we're going to follow the same pattern as we did with the first two and put no in front. The pronoun goes in front of the verb. And you'll notice that many of the reflexive verbs are actually AR verbs, and so this is very similar because they all end in A.
Alright, and there you go. No te despiertes. So, yup, it's pretty much as simple as that. So yeah, so that's the video. Now let's move on to the examples. Alright, y'all, the video's done. Now I'm going to show you some examples. So I'm not going to be going over all these because all these are like, kind of straightforward. But there's a few that I want to talk about. I want to talk about jugar. Alright, so let's talk about jugar. This is the first one I want to talk about. So jugar means to play. So the positive command is juega. Yep, juega. But this is where it gets a little bit different. The negative is not you would think that the negative is no juegues, right? Well, no, it's not. The negative is actually no juegues. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Let me know in the comments down below if I pronounced that wrong. But for the negative, you actually have to add an extra U. So no. So you add the no, right? Then you spell it J-U-E-G. You would think to add ES after, right? But no, you actually have to add a second U in the middle. Don't know why, but you just do. And I'm pretty sure the plural form is jueguen. I don't know. Let me know if I got that one wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the plural form. Okay, so that's jugar. And now the rest I want to talk about are down here. Okay, so let's start with traer, which means to bring. So as you can see, So as you can see, it already wrote it for me. So this one means to bring. The affirmative is trae. Now this is where it gets different. Because this one is a yogo verb, so that means you have to add a G to it. So the negative is no traigas, and the plural is traigan. All right, so hacer means to do. The affirmative is as. The negative is no hagas. Same thing. It's a yogo verb. And the plural is hagan. So poner. Poner means to put. The affirmative is pon. The negative is no pongas. Once again, yogo verb. And the plural is pongan. So venir. Venir means to come. The affirmative is ven. The negative is no vengas. Once again, yogo verbs. And the plural is vengan. Okay, so salir. Salir means to go out. The affirmative is sal. Once again, yogo verb. The negative is no salgas. Salgas, there we go. And the plural is salgan. Okay, so ir. Ir means to go. So the affirmative is ve. Oh, by the way, don't get salir and ir confused. I mean, I know they mean to go out and to go, but wait, I think you actually can get them confused because, if you're talking about, to go out, to go out somewhere, and to go means, you're going somewhere. I don't know. That's actually a really good question. All you really gotta do is just clarify. What you're trying to say, and I think that's the best way to tell them apart. But anyway. Alright, so ir means to go. The affirmative is ve. Now, this is where it gets a little bit different. Because the negative is no vayas. So you gotta add. So I think you gotta add a Y in there or something. I don't know. And the plural is vayan. Alright, so ser. Ser means to be. The affirmative is se. The negative is no seas. And the plural form is sean. Alright. Here's where it gets a little bit trickier. So buscar. Buscar means to search. Buscar is the affirmative. Now here's where it gets a little bit trickier. Because you would think no busques, right? To add a C in there, but no. That C actually changes to a QU, so it's no busques. Busca, no busques. So anytime you see a C in a verb like that, you gotta change it to a QU in the negative form. And the plural form is busquen, so, yup. So, pagar or pagar, I don't know. But anyway, that means to pay, to pay something. So the affirmative is pagar or paja, I don't know. Alright, so same thing as jugar. You would think that, you would think that it would be no pagues, right? But nope. There's a secret U in there. You gotta add a U. You gotta add a U in there. So I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's no pajuez, I think. I don't know. But anyway, here's the plural form. So, okay, so it's pajuen. I think that's how you pronounce that. Okay, so empezar. Once again, another stem changer, E to IE. This means to begin. Here's the affirmative, empieza. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, you would think that empieza in the negative form, you would spell it EMPIEZES, right? Well, no. Whenever you see the letter Z in a verb like that, you would actually have to change that letter to a C. So it's no empieces. Weird, huh? Yeah, I know. And the plural form is empiecen. Okay, so tocar. Tocar also means to play, but don't get that confused with jugar, because jugar means to play like a sport, or like play like a video game or something. But tocar means to play an instrument, so they both mean two different things, so don't get those confused. Anyway, here's the affirmative, tocar. Once again, there's a C in there. You know what we got to do? Change that to a QU. So no toques. And here we go. Here's the plural. Toquen. Alright, so tener. Tener means to have. So ten is the affirmative. Once again, yo go verb. No tengas. That's the negative. And here it is in the plural. Tengan. And here's the last one that I want to talk about with you. Decir. Decir means to say. D is the affirmative. No digas. Once again, yo go verb. So no digas is the no digas is the negative, and digan is plural. So yeah, I know this is gonna be kind of hard for you guys to memorize, but you can take a look at this as a reference if you want. Just screenshot it and take a look at it for reference. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Pretty much. So yeah, guys. So that's the reflexive commands. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and I'm actually gonna record a gaming video in a little bit here, and it should be up in about like a couple hours. All right, guys, I'll see y'all on the gaming channel. Peace out.